Hello everyone. Today we will begin chapter 5, The Mask. You all must be knowing what does the word mask mean. Here it means a covering for all or part of the face worn as a disguise or to frighten others. Children, here as the title is mask. This is not the mask which we are wearing to protect ourselves from corona. Why the title mask has been given? This you will come to know when you will come to know about the story. It is written by Satyajit Ray. Satyajit Ray was an Indian filmmaker, artist, and writer. He wrote several short stories and novels for children and young adults. This chapter is adapted from Gopa Majumdar's Danger in Darjeeling. First, come to know about the main characters. First is Feluda. He is a clever private detective. This famous character had been created by Satyajit Ray only. Here, in this chapter, he is introducing him for the first time. Second, Topsy, cousin of Feluda, who helps him in solving the mysterious and also the narrator of the story. Third one, Rajan Babu, a friendly old man who is living a peaceful, retired life in Darjeeling. Feluda has taken his case to solve the mystery behind mask. Then the next character is Tinkori Babu, the tenant of Rajan Babu. He was the only one with whom Rajan Babu has shared the secret of the threatening letter received to him by post. The story takes place in Darjeeling, where Feluda and Topsy have come for a holiday. Feluda is a private detective, while his cousin Topsy is the narrator of the story. One evening, while sitting at the mall, Topsy accidentally overhears Rajan Babu, who was sharing the secret of the threatening letter which he had received by post. Topsy overheard it and he told everything to Feluda. They both decided that the case needed investigation. The story begins with Feluda and Topsy visiting Rajan Babu. Rajan Babu's house had a lovely old world charm. Cane furniture and a strange mask adorned the living room. Now, Rajan Babu's house was a lovely, beautiful house with cane furniture and strange mask hung on the wall of the living room, which is making it more beautiful. Now, children, here adorned means to make more beautiful. Very recently, Rajan Babu had developed an interest in antiques and curios and had started collecting them. Now, children, here antiques means old and often valuable things. Curios means rare or unusual objects that are usually collected. Now, it was recently only that Rajan Babu had created an interest in old valuable things and rare objects that are usually collected. Means that earlier he was not having interest in antiques and other valuable and rare objects. He had recently only created interest in these kinds of things. As it turned out, Rajan Babu had once helped Feluda's father, so he willingly took up Feluda's offer to help him find out who had sent the threatening letter. Now, children, here Rajan Babu had once helped Feluda's father. Therefore, he willingly took up the offer of Feluda, who wanted to help him to find out who had sent that threatening letter. He was just about to tell us about it when Tinkori Babu joined us. Now, children, Rajan Babu was just going to tell both of them about that letter. Then only Tinkori Babu came and joined them. Introducing himself as Rajan Babu's tenant, Tinkori Babu said, I did hesitate to move into Rajan's house as I have a special weakness for cheroots. Now, children, first of all, here cheroots means a kind of cigar. He was fond of smoking cigar. Tinkori Babu introduced himself as Rajan Babu's tenant. Now, children, tenant here means kiraidar. He said that he had a weakness of smoking cigars. Jaise I told you, cheroots. But Rajan Babu did not like its smell. Only when he said that he did not mind the smell of cheroots did I accept the offer. Now, what was he trying to say here? He was trying to say that he had only come here when Rajan Babu himself had called him. Feluda turned to Rajan Babu and asked, Do you have the letter here? Rajan Babu took it out of his pocket. It was not handwritten. The words, Be prepared to pay for your misdeeds, had been cut out from newspapers and pasted there. Now, children, Rajan Babu took out the letter and gave it to Feluda. The letter was not handwritten. Why? So that the handwriting could not be noticed. The words like be prepared to pay for your misdeeds were cut from the newspapers and pasted on the paper. Rajan Babu said, It was posted in Darjeeling. Unfortunately, I threw the envelope away. Now, Rajan Babu said that he had thrown the envelope away. Feluda asked, Do you suspect anyone? Does anyone visit you regularly? Now, children, then Feluda started inspecting about anyone on whom Rajan Babu could suspect or who used to visit him regularly. No, I can't recall ever harming anyone, and I don't get too many visitors. Dr. Phony Mitra comes occasionally, only when I am ill. And Mr. Abani Mohan Goshal had recently started visiting me. Children, Rajan Babu replied that neither he had done harm to anyone nor got too many visitors at his house. He then talked about his doctor, who used to come occasionally when he fell ill, and Mr. Abani Mohan Goshal, who has recently started visiting him. Just then, Mr. Goshal walked in. He was an expert in antiques and wanted to examine the authenticity of an antique bill that Rajan Babu had bought. The children here, authenticity means the quality of being real or true. Mr. Goshal also came there. He had come to examine the quality of an antique bell that Rajan Babu had bought. As Mr. Goshal was an expert in antiques, after Mr. Goshal had left, Feluda advised Rajan Babu to stay at home for the next few days. As we got up to leave, Feluda moved towards the mantelpiece to take a close look at the 3 photographs there. Now here, as they were going, Feluda noticed the 3 photographs above the mantelpiece. Children, here in the picture it has given, you can see that around the fire there is a mantelpiece here, and above it you can see that 3 photographs were there. Rajan Babu explained that the first one was his wife's photograph, the second was of himself as a child, and the third one was of his son Prabir. Now, then Rajan Babu told about the photographs that one was his wife, second was of himself when he was a child, and the third one was of his son Prabir. When we met Tinkori Babu in a coffee shop the next day, he said, "I think Goshal is a crook. He pretends to be interested in art and antiques, but I think he only wants to buy them cheap here and sell them to foreigners at a higher rate." Now here, Feluda and Topsy met Tinkori Babu in a coffee shop the next day. Tinkori Babu told that he was suspecting Goshal to be after all this. That is a crook. Children, crook means criminal. Now, according to Tinkori Babu, Goshal is just pretending that he is interested in art and antiques. He just only wants to buy the pieces cheap from here, and then after that he wants to sell them to foreigners at a higher rate. Then Mr. Goshal might have a motive in sending the letter to Rajan Babu, said Feluda. I learned during my visit to the curio shop today that the shop is going to get some fresh supplies this evening. Now, children, here, Mr. Goshal must have sent that letter to Rajan Babu, said Feluda. Feluda also said that he had come to know during his visit to curio shop that the shop was going to get some fresh supplies that evening. Now, as Mr. Goshal was an antique property dealer, therefore he would buy cheap from here and sell at a higher rate to foreigners. I see, exclaimed Tinkori Babu. A letter like that would naturally frighten Rajan Babu into staying at home for a few days, and Goshal would get to buy all the new pieces. Tinkori Babu said that yes, it could happen that this type of threatening letter would have frightened Mr. Rajan and would not leave him to go out of his home for a few days, and Mr. Goshal would get an opportunity to buy all the new pieces. Exactly. They all agreed that this would be the reason. Tinkori Babu also told us about Rajan Babu's son, Prabir. Apparently, Rajan Babu had asked Prabir to leave the house 16 years ago when he had caught Prabir stealing money from his cupboard. Now here, Tinkori Babu also gave information about Rajan Babu's son, Prabir, whom Rajan Babu had asked to leave the house 16 years ago when he had caught him stealing money from his cupboard. Prabir had not been seen since. Hence, Tinkori Babu was shocked to hear that we had seen Prabir at the mall that morning. Now, children, as Prabir had not visited his house since then, therefore Tinkori Babu was shocked to hear from Feluda and Topsy that they had seen Prabir at the mall that morning. So Prabir also has a motive to threaten his father, said Feluda. So they were now suspecting Prabir also. Rajan Babu doesn't know that his son is in town, said Tinkori Babu, and I don't think he should be told. Means that it was not necessary to inform Rajan Babu about his son being present in the town. After further investigation, Feluda told me, I visited Dr. Mitra today. He could have also sent the letter. He seems to be in need of money as he doesn't have a good practice. A letter like this could make Rajan Babu fall ill, which would require him to go to Dr. Mitra. Now here, children, practice means the business of a doctor. Now, both Feluda and Topsy were suspecting at Dr. Mitra, and the reason was that Dr. Mitra could make Rajan Babu ill so that he could earn money from him and could get into business from Dr. Rajan Babu. The case had reached the stage where it had three suspects but no culprit yet. Children, the meaning of suspects: people thought to be guilty of a crime. Culprit: a person who is responsible for a misdeed. They were suspecting three people, but who was the real culprit? It was not known to them. A few days later, one morning, we received a message that Rajan Babu wanted to see us urgently. We rushed to his house. He was lying on the bed, looking pale and haggard. Dr. Mitra was examining him. Tinkori Babu stood nearby, looking worried. Now, children, after few days, both Feluda and Topsy, they received a message from Rajan Babu that he wanted to see them urgently, and they both rushed to his house. He was not looking well. He was lying on the bed and he was looking very pale and unwell. Dr. Mitra was examining him, and Tinkori Babu was also there. He was also looking very worried. Rajan Babu spoke with some difficulty. Last night, after midnight, I woke up suddenly and there was his face, a masked face. It bent over me. It was horrible. I can't tell you how I spent the night. Rajan Babu was not well. He told the incident to both Feluda and Topsy that what happened with him last night. He told that a masked face bent over him and it was very horrible. Take it easy, said the doctor. You need complete rest. Dr. Mitra, said Feluda suddenly, did you go out last night? Your jacket's got a streak of mud on it. Now, children, Feluda asked Dr. Mitra whether he had gone out last night, as his jacket had got a streak of mud on it. Now, children, the meaning of streak is mark of a different color from the ground. Means jacket पर मिट्टी के निशान थे. Yes, I did go out to see a patient, though it was raining so heavily, replied Dr. Mitra. After Dr. Mitra had left, Feluda asked, what did the mask look like? Now, Feluda asked Rajan Babu that what did the mask look like? Matlab means that how was the mask looking? It was like one of those you see on the wall there. Rajan Babu pointed to a dreadful looking mask on the wall. Children, you can here look in the picture also. 3 masks are there. And Rajan Babu told Feluda that it was one of those you see on the wall there. Means out of 3, the one mask was there. And he pointed out to a dreadful looking mask on the wall. On the wall, you can see that 3 masks are there. And he told that it was one of those that who had threatened him. Tinkori Babu came in after seeing off the doctor and said, I am sorry, but I have to return to Calcutta today. I tried to change my ticket, but there are no seats for the next 10 days. But before I leave, I will inform the police. Rajan Babu needs protection. Now, children, Tinkori Babu, after sending the doctor, came and told that he had to return to Calcutta that day only, as there would be no seats for the next 10 days. And before he left, he would inform the police for Rajan Babu's protection. Realizing that Rajan Babu would be all alone that night, Feluda and I decided to stay the night at his house. So both Feluda and Topsy stayed there only that night. Later that night, as we were relaxing after dinner, Feluda said, I did some investigation in the afternoon. Both Prabir and Mr. Gushal were at a party from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. and Dr. Mitra was truly visiting a critical patient till late last night. Now, children, these three were the culprits that whom they were suspecting. So they were suspecting these three people, and now uh, Feluda discussed with Topsy that he did investigation. And as per this, both Prabir and Mr. Gushal were at a party from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. and Dr. Mitra was visiting a critical patient till late last night. And that man wearing a mask came soon after midnight. That man wearing the mask came soon after midnight, didn't he? That means that the man who was wearing the mask, he came after 12 a.m. Yes. Well then, who does that leave us with? They both were thinking that who might be. Feluda did not answer. He abruptly went off. Children, the meaning of abruptly means suddenly and unexpectedly. I lay on the bed and began to feel sleepy. I suddenly sensed the presence of someone else in the room. My blood froze. I could feel the man leaning over me. Oh, how horrible it was! A mask! He was wearing a mask. Now, children, here, Topsy said that as he was lying on the bed and feeling sleepy, someone leaned over him wearing a mask. I opened my mouth and was about to scream when the person pulled the mask away. My scream became a nervous gasp. Feluda, it's you? Now, children, when the person who was wearing the mask pulled it away, then Topsy found that it was no one else but Feluda. Then he got relaxed. Of course, it's me. I was trying on the mask in the living room. Why don't you wear this one for a second? I wore the mask. Feluda told Topsy to wear a mask, and Topsy wore it. Can you sense something unusual? No, it's size too large for me, that's all. Think carefully. Isn't there anything that might strike you as odd? Well, there is a faint smell, I think. Of what? Cheroot. Exactly. Now, children, they both sensed a smell of cheroot in the mask. Now, do you get something? My heart started to beat faster again. Tin, 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 Tinkori Babu? I stammered. Feluda sighed. Yes, I'm afraid so. But he seemed to respect Rajan Babu a lot. So I don't understand why he did something like this. Now they both had found the real culprit and they both were shocked, as according to them that Tinkori Babu had a great respect for Rajan Babu. Then what was the reason that he had done such kind of thing? Rajan Babu was shocked when we told him about this the next morning. As we were talking, Rajan Babu received a letter. He opened it with trembling hands and read it aloud. Now here, children, Rajan Babu got shocked to hear this. He received a letter which he opened with shaking hands and read. Dear Raju, we used to study in the same school in Bankura 50 years ago. You had tripped me in that 100-meter race on our sports day. Now, children, here tripped means to trap or catch in a mistake. Not only did I miss the medal in that race, but I was also seriously injured. Unfortunately, my father got transferred to a different town soon after, and I never got a chance to settle the score with you. Now, children, settle the score means take revenge on someone for a wrong done earlier. So, you never realized how deeply you had hurt me, both physically and mentally. So, children, here Tinkauri Babu had written the reason that why he did so, why he had written the threatening letter to Rajan Babu that could take away his peace of mind. He made him reminded of the incident which happened 50 years ago when they were in the same school, that he had trapped him, or he had caught Tinkori Babu in a mistake, and he had accidentally fallen down, and due to this he missed the medal in that race, and he was also seriously injured. But after this his father got transferred and he did not get a chance to take revenge on him. I didn't realize that you were the same boy till I came to stay in your house and saw your childhood photograph. The desire for revenge resurfaced. I thought of doing something that would cause you anxiety and ruin your peace of mind for a short time. This way, my way of punishing you for your past misdeed. Now, he further said that he didn't know him until he came to his house and saw his childhood photograph. When he saw the childhood photograph of the Rajan Babu, then only he came to know that he was the same boy. Then his desire for revenge also arose, and he thought of doing the same which he did 50 years ago with him. Tinkori Babu wanted to do something that could take away Rajan Babu's sleep and peace of mind, and when he got the chance, he did. And this was his way of punishing him for the past misdeed which Rajan Babu did with him. Now, the ending with good wishes, yours sincerely, Tinu. Now, children, we have come to the end of the chapter. I hope that you all have understood it. And in the end, I only just want to say that this chapter makes us to think that seeking revenge can help anyone. Do you think that seeking revenge can help anyone, or should we try to forgive any wrong done to us? So this question has left to us that we have to think that is it good to seek revenge, or is it good to forgive someone? So I hope that it is clear to you.